It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. The ball is teed up, and with the boots, the NFL postseason has officially begun. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. And that hit is going to freeze him at this spot. He got stuck right at the 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. The Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. They've got first down from the 31. Lamar now from the gun. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They'll run here following the penalty. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Walker hauls it in. And that's good for a gain of 5. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. Fourth and 3, drive on the line. And you're going for this. He's got it to his running back. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Offense in the hurry up here. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Has it at the 7. And he almost gets to the 5. He's out at the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. They'll run, Jacobs. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Again, it's Jacobs. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stands at the goal line, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Jackson has it, 3rd and goal. Escapes the pocket. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And the Raiders get to it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. It looked like those 6 points were theirs. They were right there on the horizon, but a very disappointing way for that to end, as instead they turn it over down near the goal line.
Yeah, I think the word I'd use here, Kate, is bittersweet, because it wasn't all bad. That opening drive still made it right to the edge of the end zone. A lot to build on here, but man, what a painful way for that drive to end.
And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for Raiders first.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
They'll throw on first. He's on the move. Finds a man. Deontay Johnson has it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A big completion for the rookie out of Colorado. It gets his guys a first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Escapes out to the left. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. 2nd and 10 now. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. And they... Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Getting out to his left. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
Throwing now off play action. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, where they come down to a play or two and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's an close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will get them on the board. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. This is Jacobs running left. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by Charles Omenihu on the play. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Connects with Bateman. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Taken in by Likely. And he's going to be marked down a yard shy in that marker.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jack Jones has got it. And the Raiders get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down, but even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge hit.
And in for the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Raiders take over, and they're already inside the red zone at the 20. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Design bootleg here. Flushed out of the pocket. And this will be a Las Vegas Touchdown! The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders take a 3-possession lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Flush down out to his left. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Working quickly here. From the 39. Rolling left, buying some time. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Blitz coming, Lamar. This finds Likely. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. Lamar back to throw. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. 1st down throw for Jackson. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Putting a receiver in motion. 1st down from the red zone. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. Justin Tucker to try the point after. And the kick is good. And the Ravens cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. That play good for 17 and a 1st down. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Back now, pressure on its way. He lays out and grabs it just before the sideline. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Offense up to the line fast. They go play action on 1st. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
He'll throw it yet again. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. This from 40 on the right hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Looking to throw. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. With this kick, we're back underway. A spot in the divisional round on the line. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Williams to start the drive. And they had that one contained right at the line. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They stay on the ground with Williams. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
Past midfield to the 45. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they could reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here. Another run for Williams. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with the sack.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again following the sack. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. A gain of 6, and that brings up an interesting 4th and short call.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they had the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Looking to throw on 1st and goal. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown! Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Oh, yikes. That 2-point try was headed the wrong way. Just about everything going wrong on that attempt. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Hill now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He throws a bullet deep to the right. That's complete inside the 35. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
First down, here's Lamar. Buys time, rolling right. He can run it. And he's out a yard or 2 shy of the 15. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and
One.
at the 27-yard line.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Caught by Flowers. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Jackson now on 3rd. Chased out to his right. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Catch is made in close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Again, it's Jackson to the air. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
You know, we do enough of these games, Kate, and I am a big fan of creativity. And the QBs today are some of the best to ever do it. That's a situation where you got to know on first down, it's not time to be creative, especially if you feel the heat coming defensively. Just find a way to throw that sucker in the first row. You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover, wisely throwing it away.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And the defender comes away with it. Trayvon Merrick has it.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. You got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Throwing on 2nd and 13. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He's dropping back to throw. Throw complete to Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Now the Raiders ready in for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And they avoid a return on the play. This one bounces and gets out at the 25-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's gonna push one deep down the right. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Raiders are gonna have it. And he's gonna hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long. But throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. A handoff for Williams, running left. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Pass play now. Caught for big yards on the right side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Off the Back up they go with Williams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in